So I want to make a video on how people believe that they are leaving their comfort zone and how they really are not, and the importance of questioning your supposed discomfort zone that you keep entering, and how you might need to update it along with your way of thinking, right? So a lot of people, they have a consistency to want to go into discomfort, right? And it's perfect. It's great. But let me give you a story. Okay. So I know people who can do multiple 24-hour runs. I'm talking multiple days. They run for 24 hours straight. And then these people, I'm telling you, they're endurance Olympians. Like they could just keep going and going and going and going. Like they are the top of the top. And when I stop them, when I talk to them, I'm like, dude, how you doing this? This is insane. It's amazing. They're total wimps. They can't hold a conversation to save their life, right? They're scared of the world. And they have no ability to articulate anything. I know bodybuilders, okay? I can think of a specific person right now who are just jacked. I'm talking about steroids. I'm talking 300 pounds, all muscle, and they look mean, tattoos. And when you talk to them, they don't have a single assertive body in their life. They wouldn't fight a little girl. They wouldn't even raise their fist. They'd be scared. They'd be very, like, literally probably scared if a 10-year-old came at them with fists. Okay. So I know people make a lot of money, right? And they dive harder and harder into making money. But then I talk to them and they are so goddamn shy. They cannot talk to anybody. And I'm thinking, how do you even make this money? But they think, right? They're like, oh, I just need to go harder, making this money, right? I need to go harder in this. No, maybe you should like take a step back and actually work on your core, and then you go back to doing that, right? They don't question their thinking. All right. There's a good quote. Thinking is the hardest, yet the most productive activity, which is why so few people do it. People in business, they're getting outside their comfort zones, right? They're marketing. They're getting their ads in the papers. Nobody looks in the papers. People are going on Google. They're going on Facebook. You're going here. You need to be going here. All right. You're thinking here, fucking old days. You need to be going here, buddy. Oops. All right. You maybe gotten maybe got better at confronting people, right? So maybe you are getting inside your comfort zone. But if someone has a problem and you're confronting them, but it takes you 2 days to do it, you know what the heck? You need to be doing that quicker. You need to work on your time. You need to have a sense of urgency. So maybe you take cold showers in the morning. Like me, I take cold showers in the morning. Okay, we'll take ice baths in the morning. I've prepared the day before. It's very helpful. It's better than caffeine. You should stop doing it. Stop being weak. Okay, but maybe it takes these people 30 minutes to do it. Right? They'll just stare at it and be like, oh my God, I need to do a cold shower. Whew, right? Takes them 30 seconds. That's better. Try to make it 30 seconds. Try to make it faster. That's an improvement. You see it, right? And you see like, oh man, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. You're doing it better. All right. I have a day a month I dedicate to discomfort because the brain, the muscles inside your brain, your emotional muscles, your mental muscles, okay, your discomfort muscles all need to be strengthened. They all will atrophy. If you are not growing, you are dying. And I'm absolutely 100% sure that you need to suffer in order for this to happen, right? Consistently, right? For example, last month, did 5 days of fasting and then I did a 1 mile run. It was fucking terrible. I fucking loved it. It was awesome. Do it again, right? This month, when it comes up, I'm pretty much probably gonna do like 3 hours of ice bath. Just 1 day a month, prepare a week ahead, really big discomfort. That's the way it is. Okay. Let's let's say have you ever like quit something? Let's say like you lost a lot of weight. Have you ever lost like 50 pounds, like maybe like 5 years ago? Like, oh my God, I did this insane thing. And then, all of a sudden everything was easier. Just everything was easier. Just life was just on easy mode because you did this insane thing. But then all of a sudden, like, now it's 5 years later, you have been putting yourself in extreme discomfort. And all of a sudden the little things begin to stress you out. And you just think, oh my God, like this is the same guy that used to do this. And I'm getting freaked out and having like anxiety attacks over this. That's it. That's why it's important to strengthen your mental muscles. Exactly. Right. I know people that they can't lead, it's like they can't, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't lead a turtle. They couldn't lead anything. I know people that, they're really good at exercising. They couldn't sell water to a dying man in a desert. Right. Everybody wants to lead and they want to tell others what to do when they haven't figured out themselves their own life, right? They haven't figured out their family life, they haven't figured out anything. If your spirituality is lacking, why don't you go to a church? Why don't you go talk to someone who's very good at spirituality? That'll be very good. Okay? They're stone-faced. They look unwelcoming. They're not good at it. If you have no friends, they're afraid to talk to people. They're shy. Why don't you go try to talk to some people, right? You haven't talked to a girl in 5 years, right? You're very scared. That's why you work out all the time, because you think that's actually going to work, right? Why don't you go talk to somebody? Let's try that. Maybe you're illiterate. Pick up a book. I think a great good analogy is like David Goggins, right? For example, I think that someone everybody would understand the analogy is that he was very fat and he lost all this weight. But you know what else is he actually couldn't read. He was just so dumb. He was very dumb and he knew he was dumb. So what he did was he went to school and he actually became a very intelligent person. He had multiple places which he knew that he was getting too comfortable, getting uncomfortable in one place. So we went to others. So I ask people to just think, just like use your brain, okay? Don't use lazy thinking. Don't be lazy. You got places that you know you need to work on. Please, please, please actually just think, take a second. It's okay. All right. It's all right. You're going to be okay. Just like write it down, figure it away, and then just go for it. You have to become uncomfortable. You have to. You have to do it. You have to suffer. Okay. It's the only way you're going to stay mentally on top. Otherwise, you're just going to become, it's going to atrophy. Your brain's going to atrophy and you're going to become weak and it's going to be terrible. And you're going to have a life that you are not controlling because you don't have the discipline and you don't have the willpower and you don't have the habits in place. And it's going to be very terrible and you are not going to be leading your life, but your life is going to be leading you. That is why I'm actually saying this all with a full heart because I care. Okay. That's all I got to say.